And here we go, Pegasus and PaniK. This is round number 2 from the Duelist KIngdom season mode. So best of 3, and the winner gains a point, the loser doesn't get anything. And what we're seeing here, PaniK and Pegasus, this isn't a match that we've seen before on the channel. This one's completely new. The Pegasus starter deck also has been enhanced a bit, like the Yugi, Kaiba and Joey ones. And just before we get into it, yes, Battle City is in production as well. 4 of the decks have been created. It just takes a very long time, and there's a lot of research time that's needing to go into it as well to actually create decks which are both functional and true to the anime. Alright, so Pegasus hand, there's Gorgon's Eye, that's a new card. Dark Rabbit was added as well to suit the anime. Toon Table of Contents wasn't used in the anime or in Pegasus starter deck, but I've put it in because it needs to be in Pegasus's deck for Pegasus's deck to be functional at all. So there's 3 copies of them, and it will help Pegasus draw Toon World, because without being able to draw Toon World, Pegasus's deck just doesn't work. So we should see some better matches from Pegasus throughout this season mode. Alright, first turn's over, Dark Rabbit is on the field, and it is time for PaniK. His deck hasn't been changed, so he has gone down with a face-down defense. Dark Rabbit. Dark Rabbit is a card that was played against Kaiba, and it's also the one that was dancing in the screen when Kaiba was hacking into Pegasus's Industrial Illusion satellite. Alright, there's Sonic Bird. That will allow Pegasus to draw up a Relinquish. So I left Sonic Bird in the deck. What cards are new in Pegasus's deck? Dragon Piper, that's been added. And what was Thousand Eyes Idol? And you see in Pegasus's Fusion deck, there's 2 cards in there now. They were Thousand Eyes Restrict, and oh, there's Hyro's Shadow Scout. Now Gorgon Eye cancelled out that effect. Gorgon Eye will cancel out the effects of 1 turn of all defense position monsters. It doesn't do what it did in the anime, which turns them to stone. Hyro's Shadow Scout stopped Pegasus's deck from potentially getting rid of spell cards. You draw 3 cards from your opponent's deck, and if any of them are spell cards, they go to the graveyard. Alright, Lord of Zamaya is down, and with a Sword of Dark Destruction, that will get over Sonic Bird. Pegasus will take 300 points of damage. Now, Pegasus has an interesting hand. He's got Toon World, and he has got Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Alright, there's Armed Ninja. That will serve as another defensive effort. But there's not much more Pegasus can do right here. The other fusion in Pegasus's deck is Bakuri Box. It's Crass Clown and Dream Clown that make Bakuri Box. Alright, Lord of Zamaya destroys a Dark Rabbit. PaniK did play another face-down defense. It'd be great if Pegasus draws Relinquished. Alright, there's Fissure. It's quite a low chance though, 30 cards in the deck. That will get rid of Lord of Zamaya, so Pegasus still has the Armed Ninja on the field. Alright, what has PaniK got for this? That which feeds on life. It's a 1200 attack. Pegasus really needs to draw something, otherwise he's going to be stuck with, again, a bad hand. Alright, flip back to Pegasus, and he draws... oh my god, he got it! Relinquished! Wow, that's a 1 in 30 chance. He had 30 cards in the deck, and he's only got 1 copy of Relinquish. He's managed to draw it. Against all the odds, Ryuran will have to be tributed, and Relinquish will come to the field. There will be an animation for him as well. Wow, that is a... I'd say it's 1 in a million, but it's not. It's 1 in 30. So it's not that amazing, but still. What a draw. Alright, Relinquished will be able to take control of that which feeds on life. So Relinquished will be able to use that which feeds on life's attack power, and any damage that's done to Pegasus will also be dealt to the opponent if it involves Relinquished as well. It's a bit of a technical card. Alright, PaniK with another face down defense. Pegasus is in somewhat good shape here. He's still got Toon World and Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. There's Thousand Eyes Idol. If he drew... So if Pegasus draws a Polymerization, he will be able to get Thousand Eyes Restrict to the field. That's not a card you see very often. Anyway, Job Change Mirror. So there you see 100 points was dealt to Pegasus and it was dealt back to PaniK because of that which feeds on life. Is equipped to Relinquished. And what has PaniK got here? Having a little bit of a thought. Oh, there we go, there's a face down defense. Toon Mermaid, interesting. Will Pegasus go for Toon World now? He does. Toon Mermaid will be a special summon. Now the thing with the Toon monsters with Toon World, well these early ones at least, they can't attack the turn they're summoned. They also, you have to pay 500 life points to declare an attack with them. However, if the opponent has no Toon monsters on the field, which many of them wouldn't, the Toon card from the player, they can attack directly. So the Toon monsters are actually stupidly overpowered for this sort of like stage of the game. They are very difficult to summon though. Okay, there's Castle of Dark Illusions. That will take 730 off PaniK and another 730 off of Pegasus as well. Wait, does it? Yes, it does take off Pegasus as well. Alright, Pegasus could summon the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon if nothing goes wrong on this turn. And Ryukish Empowered, that will be strong enough to defeat either Toon Mermaid or Relinquished. It's probably better if PaniK went for Toon Mermaid. And he switched Castle of Dark Illusions to attack Dark Energy. Well, good play. 300 points to Castle of Dark Illusions, which will mean that PaniK can now get both of Pegasus monsters off the field. There'll be 20 points of life point damage, which is a really strange number, dealt to both players. Oh no, actually, Relinquish stays on the field, so it's actually going to be better for PaniK to get that off the field, otherwise Relinquish will be able to absorb another monster. The thing with Relinquish though, if it loses its monster, it's basically a sitting duck. It's basically a direct attack. Alright, that was that 7 Tools of the Bandit that went down? Or was it Magic Jammer? It was either one of them. Alright, Pegasus decides not to attack directly and decides to get rid of Castle of Dark Illusions, which is the best move possible. You don't really want your opponent to have more monsters on the field, especially in defense mode. Castle of Dark Illusions would have been 2230. Alright, another face down defense from PaniK. And the destruction of Blue Eyes Toon Mermaid. So Pegasus still can't get the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon to the field. So even though it's a special summon, it does still require 2 tributes as well. Alright, there's Witch of the Black Forest. Now in theory, Pegasus can still summon the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, but that is risky. Because if PaniK has anything else in his hand... Okay, Witch of the Black Forest is destroyed. And there you see, oh, we can see Pegasus's deck now. So there's Flying Elephant. Parrot Dragon was another monster he used as well. And you may have seen Crass Clown as well. That's been put in for the Bakori box fusion. Alright, Flying Elephant is to the hand. That has a very interesting effect. You can win a duel instantly. Pegasus played that against Bandit Keith in a little cameo in the anime, in a flashback episode, when Keith won the Intercontinental title. So basically, if there's a card effect that would destroy Flying Elephant once per turn, it doesn't work. If it's still on the field the next turn and it inflicts life point damage, the player instantly wins the duel. So, interesting card, for sure. Alright, Pegasus, still with the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon in his hand. He's got no other card count though, so he is vulnerable. What's PaniK got here? So Tribute and King of Yummy Makai. That will be able to get rid of the Flying Elephant. Pegasus hasn't drawn bad cards for his deck functionality, but PaniK has had the response every turn, which must be frustrating if you're on Pegasus's side of the fence, if you're supporting Pegasus to win over PaniK. Alright, back to... Oh, Mangaree ran. That is the weakness with Pegasus's deck, is that it does have a lot of high-level monsters, and, you know, if you draw them out of the wrong order, you do end up like this. Even though I would say that Pegasus' deck is very much improved, it does still possess that weakness of toon monsters not being able to be summoned, so there goes Thousand Eyes Idol. That yellow Luster Shield, that increases the defense of all the monsters on PaniK's side of the field by 300 points. And could have used Magic Jammer to destroy it, but it means that Pegasus would have to get rid of a card. There's Dispel anyway, but it looks like it may be over for Pegasus if PaniK has any other monster in his hand. That's, say, 2,000, and what's... Oh, there's Dispel. Toon World's gone. So 2,800 points are on the field. If PaniK has anything that has 600 or more, Pegasus is done for this match. There we go, Dragon Capture Jar, even though it doesn't do anything. I think that's just a formality. There's Ryukushin, that's 1,000. That's enough to knock Pegasus out for the first duel of this round. So PaniK needs one more win. Pegasus will need to win two straight here if he wants to pick up the match point, which is quite nice. So as this one ends, let's continue on through this. Great match. Okay, so as you see in my deck list here, Yugi Battle City has been made. I haven't put an avatar for them yet. Joey's Battle City has been made, along with Kaiba's, and I have done a deck for Marek as well. So very, very soon. It took me, I think, around 2 hours total to put those 4 decks together. So we're talking like a large amount of time is spent, but very, very slowly we are coming along with the Duelist, the Battle City tournament. I'm really looking forward to it as well. The decks that have been made so far are very, very quirky, if that makes sense. Marek's deck is like super quirky. Alright, looking from PaniK's perspective this time, there's Earthbound Spirit, Reaper of the Cards, Lord of Zamaya, and oh, there's Toon Table of Contents again for Pegasus. Pulls Toon World to his hand. And what's he got for his first turn? There's Rogue Doll. And Shine Palace. Okay, that's... Shine Palace was used, the art form was used on a card. It was an upgrade to Toon World, but that's not an actual existing card. The existing artwork is from Shine Palace, so that's why I put it in his deck. It just increases a light monster by 700 points. It actually has nothing to do with Toon World at all, like what the art form did. But that's the anime. There were inconsistencies with it. Pegasus has decided to play Toon World as well. He hasn't put any Toon monsters down. That is actually quite a risk, because that does leave it vulnerable to... Okay, Hyro Shadow Scout again. This time the effect has activated, so Pegasus has lost his Dark Hole. He did draw Flying Elephant again as well. PaniK, there's Yellow Luster Shield, and so Rogue Doll's 2,300. Pegasus is actually going to be able to protect himself with PaniK is going to be able to protect himself with Earthbound Spirit and that Yellow Luster Shield. How is PaniK doing this? He is drawing the perfect card every time Pegasus goes for an attack. It's almost... I mean, the card draws on this game are completely random, so And again, there is Toon Mermaid. Maybe they don't shuffle the decks very well. And there's Flying Elephant, so Pegasus with a massive monster advantage very early on. Alright, Flying Elephant with the attack. I mean, Pegasus can't lose that Earthbound Spirit right now anyway. It's not 2500 defense, it's 2300. It ties with Rogue Doll. Toon Mermaid couldn't attack. Remember, Toon monsters can't attack the turn they're summoned. Down goes Yugioh Empowered, and that will get rid of Toon Mermaid again. Isn't that what happened in the last duel as well? Something similar. Alright, turn change back to Pegasus. Takes a draw, and let's see what he has. There's Stop Defense, nice. The reason why I've put Stop Defense in is because it's a very Pegasus-esque card to have, and I think it was in his original starter deck. And there's another Toon Table of Contents. So what's Pegasus going to draw? Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. He's going for the attack here. He could also equip Shine Palace to Blue Eyes Toon Dragon as well, in theory. And that is what he elects to go for. It is a risky move because you are getting rid of 2 monsters in exchange for attacking only once. So very, very risky move from Pegasus. Remember, you have got to be kidding me. PaniK has drawn a Dark Hole. That is absolutely horrendous for Pegasus. There's no other move. Oh my goodness. PaniK is got all the luck right now. Pegasus is playing fine. Jeez, he's gonna... I mean, it wouldn't have even mattered if he summoned it or he didn't, because Dark Hole would have knocked out the other 2 monsters anyway. Alright, Lord of Zemaya attacks. 1300 off Pegasus, and he is immediately, after looking so good, is suddenly in trouble. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. He'll have a 3rd on this draw phase. He has plenty of cards that can defend. Dark Rabbit, Red Archery Girl, Dragon Piper as well. He does have some defense in his deck. Alright, down goes Job Change Mirror. And Lord of Zemaya attacks Thousand Eyes Idol. Jeez, we're almost seeing a repeat of the last duel with the cards, just in different order. Which is a shame, really. It is the nature of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is random draws from the decks. That which feeds on life again. Okay, PaniK has opted to increase his defense, which, to be fair, is very PaniK-esque. That's what his old deck was built around in the anime. But Reaper of the Cards also means that Pegasus's trap cards are also vulnerable. So, I mean, still has a very devastating effect. PaniK doesn't have to rush here, he just has to slowly whittle down Pegasus's life points and could pick up a 2-0 victory. Right, there's Sonic Bird. That will allow Pegasus to get Black Illusion Ritual back out. Whether or not, if he's got Relinquish in his hand, we can't say for sure yet. Okay, Sonic Bird gets rid of Lord of Zemaya. Because Pegasus did tribute that face down defense, it is going to be obvious that it is something stronger than Sonic Bird, if you're from Pegasus' perspective. Down goes Metebat in face down defense. Alright, turn change back to Pegasus. He does have the Black Illusion Ritual. Does he have Relinquished? A little bit of a thought process. Okay, he does have Relinquish in his hand, and he has played. And he's tributed from his hand. That was Manga Ryuran, which is a good move because that would have been very hard to summon. Alright, Relinquish is back on the field. And Relinquish has taken control of Reaper of the Cards. And that has gone face down in Pegasus's field and hasn't increased Relinquish's attack points any. I'll be 100% honest, I'm not 100% familiar with how the rules work with Relinquish going with face down cards, but we are seeing it here. Relinquished does nothing on an attack. So only if the monster is face up can Relinquished actually take its strength. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it flipped the card face up. It doesn't state that it does in the card text or anything, but when I played this as a kid, you know, we sometimes just made up the rules as we went along because we didn't understand them. Anyway, that which feeds on life has gone into attack mode, and it has attacked. And Reaper of the Cards has been destroyed. PaniK did lose a little bit of life points for it as well, but... And alright, down goes Witch of the Black Forest. Pegasus could take control of that which feeds on life, and I'm just being... Oh really? Okay, Relinquished. Relinquish has to activate that effect during the main phase. It doesn't actually state in the card text what phase you have to put it in, but oh dear, that's a blunder from Pegasus. You have to use Relinquished effect in the main phase, which generally is the rule, but in more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! You can use effects in the battle phase, so Pegasus has made a bit of a blunder, unfortunately, and that does mean that Relinquish will be destroyed. That could have been that move could actually be the turning point of the game, that Pegasus might have actually been able to win. I mean, he still could win, but oh, he's almost out of life points. He does have monster advantage though, and PaniK doesn't exactly have anything in his hand to really fight back right now. Alright, three-headed Yugioh is destroyed, and Witch of the Black Forest attacks directly. So 1100 more life points off PaniK. This is actually going to be a pretty tight finish. Oh, Dark Energy. Okay, Fire Reaper in face down defense. And PaniK, he's the one that's now quite in trouble. Again, this duel has been going backward and forward between the advantage all match. It's a good match so far, I'm quite enjoying this one. Alright, Sonic Bird gets rid of Fire Reaper, and Witch of the Black Forest will attack directly again. PaniK's down to 3,000 life points, Pegasus down to 1,350. Oh, Dark Titan of Terror. That can also be equipped with Dark Energy. Again, PaniK just drawing the exact card that he needs. He's been doing that for the entirety of the play. Alright, Sonic Bird is destroyed. Pegasus does have Witch of the Black Forest, but he's running out of monsters to potentially summon. Alright, he needs something. He's gone with another face down defense and put Witch of the Black Forest to defense as well. PaniK destroying Witch of the Black Forest will give Pegasus another card. Oh, there's Yugioh as well. Alright, Graveyard in the Hand of Invitation in defense. It's not a bad move. That way you can keep that Dark Titan of Terror on the field while potentially getting Yugioh. And it was a Dragon Piper that was face down. That's 1800 defense, which protects Pegasus just a little while longer. But does he potentially have Toon Summon Skull or anything else? He will have to pay 500 life points for that to attack though, and he hasn't got enough life points left. Alright, face down Magical Trap. And rotation of turn. Looks like PaniK might pick this one up in straight sets now, because Yugioh is going to be able to destroy all of the defense, and Dark Titan of Terror is still on the field as well. This could be it. Unless Pegasus has something on that face down. Alright, Dragon Piper is done. Witch of the Black Forest is also done. Pegasus will lose on the next turn unless he can draw something. He's pulled Toon Summon Skull to his hand, but there's not really anything else he could have done. It's 1500 or less defense, and both of Pegasus's monsters are stronger than that. Alright, turn change. Back to Pegasus. One more turn to try and do something. Does he have anything at all? Face down defense. And there's a Sangan for PaniK, but it looks like this one may be over. Good attack with Ushioni. It was a Dark Rabbit. Well, that will be an end to the duel. PaniK has picked this one up in straight sets, so he will pick up a point. And let's have a little chat about the Battle City one. So, like I said before, I have made 4 decks already. I will, as the days go on, I will continue to make the rest of them for Ishizu, Mako, Odeon, etc., and so on. Another problem I'm also having with that deck creation, so this is the game file which I played originally from a couple of years ago. I have all the cards. I don't have 3 copies of every card, but I do have every card that was released for this game. There's 10,027 cards. On the other game file, I don't have this. I have most of the cards, but not all of them. I think I've got like 6,000 or something like that. But all of these sorts of booster packs here, I don't have all the cards in them. I've got all the cards from like the first few game packs on this, which is why I've been able to do the Duelist KIngdom tournament, but some of the Battle City cards are in those later booster packs, so I do still have that little obstacle to overcome. Sometimes I don't have all the cards that I need, but anyway, Battle City definitely in production, and it is looking like it's going to be a very fun tournament to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed PaniK and Pegasus. It was a duel between sort of employee and employer, as PaniK wasn't eliminated for Duelist KIngdom, but he was defeated by Yugi in the anime. PaniK, though, gets the win over Pegasus in this one, but Pegasus's deck is a lot more competitive, which is good to see. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow with another duel. Let's pull up the tournament. Well, it's not a tournament, it's a season mode. I too am just pulling it up on my screen as well. So there was Pegasus and PaniK. Tomorrow will be Taya and Mokuba, which, to be fair, Mokuba's deck was created to be weak anyway, so Taya, being a runner-up of the Duelist KIngdom Cup, should absolutely smash Mokuba, but you never know. We will see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's duel. I'll be back at it again tomorrow, unless something inconvenient happens, which has happened a lot to me in the last week, but we will see. Anyway, appreciate the support, appreciate the company for tonight. Farewell, take care, stay safe, we'll see you tomorrow.